Impact segment tonight, a very bizarre story surrounding a Super Bowl advertisement. On Super Bowl Sunday, Coca-Cola will pay more than $1 million to show you this. All right, well, after word got out about the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee based in Washington told the Reuters news service it was offended that it would ask Coke to change the ad. Good story, right? Well, we called the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, and at first they agreed to come on the program tonight, but then they called back and said, you know what? We're not offended anymore, or something. Joining us from Washington, Nihad Awad, the executive director of the Council on America's Islamic Relations. So this is, I don't know. I can understand, you know, you have the Arab guy with the camel, and the camel's not going, and he's left behind, so maybe some Arab people think that's insulting. What do you think?
Well, first, thank you for having me back on the show,
Sure.
Bill. And I look forward to seeing the Super Bowl myself, and I always enjoy watching the commercials. What I'm not looking forward to seeing is a commercial that has been deemed offensive by members of our community, especially if it uses stereotypical images of the 20s and 50s. I thought this is like behind us. When I saw the ad, yes, a question came to my mind. It was offensive because it just connotates Arabs with camels, camel jockeys. This is like an old-fashioned, non-creative approach to entertaining people and selling a good or bad product like Coke. However, I know that it is offensive. I myself am offended, but I am not taking action against the company. And I'm glad to know that the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, which is a strong partner with us in fighting prejudice and stereotypes, is in conversation with the company, and I hope to see.
Yeah, but they're not offended anymore. They wouldn't come on or something. I don't really understand. But let me play devil's advocate here.
Sure.
All right. I don't get the ad. I watched the ad. I don't know how this is going to sell Coca-Cola. If I were in the desert, I'd want a Coke. I think that's obvious. But it doesn't matter to me. But there's cowboys. You know, are cowboys offended because they're? I don't know. The Arab guy's camel won't go, and you're calling him a camel jockey. You know, there are camels in the desert. You know that. They're still there. Arabs live in the desert. Lawrence of Arabia, we had Arabs, we had camels, we had sand, we had sun. I don't know why everybody's, it's a dopey soda commercial. It doesn't make any sense. So why bother being offended by it? Why bother?
Okay, I agree with you in part. This is stereotypical all around, not only against Arabs.
You got cowboys, you got Mad Max. The Australians going to be offended because Mad Max is in it? I mean, come on.
You and I know that the 300 million Arabs do not ride camels. They have cars. They ride
a few
airplanes.
of them do. Not all 300
very few,
million, but a few of them do.
And I would expect Coca-Cola, as a successful company, to go back to its approach of marketing, to being inclusive. Like, I travel to the Arab world, and I see Coca-Cola commercials. I like them because they are inclusive. As you said,
but they're not excluding Arabs. He'll probably get to the giant Coke
they
thing
have
eventually,
shown,
and he'll give it to him. It's just that he'll be last.
I think in the commercial there's like a subconscious message there, showing and depicting Arabs as unsuccessful, inept, Arab culture as a joke.
So,
that they
subliminal
succeed.
message. But surely you don't think Coke wanted to offend 300 million Arabs. I mean, that's not good business.
And that's why, you know, I'm urging them to be sensitive, as they have been always. And that's why I'm happy to know that they are in conversation with ADC to resolve the issue. We would like to enjoy the Super Bowl. I would like to see commercials. And yes, I would like to see this commercial amended to be more sensitive and inclusive. There's nothing wrong with that.
All right, Mr. Awad. Thanks for coming on. We really appreciate it. Good to see you. Ahead, Bernie Goldberg.